welcome. In this video, I will show you an AI that can generate visually appealing presentations for you in seconds with just a single prompt or your content that you provide it. It generates not only the design but also includes the appropriate images automatically. Even though I have been using Canva for presentations for over 6 years now, this particular one is different. It offers numerous templates suitable for various presentation styles. So whether you are a student that needs to create presentations for your school project quickly, or a business professional wanting to generate insightful presentations for meetings, pitches, and conferences, or even if you are a marketer trying to create slides for your webinar, engaging slides, this tool has got you covered. Enough said, let's delve into this particular tool. Ready? Let's get started. So here is the thing. There are 3 different input sources that you can use. So you can decide to paste the text of your presentation directly if you have one, or generate with a one-line prompt using AI. You can as well import the content by uploading a file or link to probably a web page, a website. Now let's start with generating using one-line prompt. So let's see what we can do with that. I will just say 5 cards. So these cards are called slides. They are referred to as slides, right? So you can just put your prompt here, but I would select this one. Then I'll generate outline. Basically, that's it. You can decide to add to this or remove from it. But just because I want to show you this pretty fast, I'll just go ahead. Now, it will ask you questions. Okay, what image source you want to use? Now, the good thing about this particular tool is it has direct access to the web. So it can fetch web images for you. But then we'll just use automatic. Then continue. Now, you would also be asked to pick the theme that you want to use. Then Gamma will do its thing. So it's loading. And you will see it generating just in front of you. And as you can see, it has finished generating the presentation. So let's start from the beginning. We have this, we have the next slide, we have this, we have this. I told it to generate just 5 slides and give it to us. This is just from a single prompt. Though I will show you the other way you can actually use this tool. By the way, the name of the tool is called Gamma. So just go to gamma.app. Now, I will show you another way you can actually use this and also customize everything it has generated. You can even use AI for editing. Alright, so let me show you that. So let's assume I want to create a pitch deck for a startup I'm working on. In this case, you want to use your own content. I will just click on paste in text. So that will be our input source. But then, instead of writing and crafting my pitch myself, I will also be leveraging AI. So there is this AI assistant called GPTeer that I created. You can access it for free on ChatGPT. Now, what this assistant does is it helps you create prompts for any task. Whatever task you want to use AI for, it will help you craft the prompt tailored to your use case. I'll just click on new task. It will ask you 4 questions. So the first question is for you to describe what you want to do. So I would say I need to create a pitch deck to present to potential investors for a tech startup. Then to ask, are there any specific variables or aspects you would like to focus on? So this is where you can put some specific details about the task at hand. So I'll just say 10 slides. I want 10 slides. Tone should be professional, visionary, and all of that. Now, another question to ask is this: does the task require accessing the internet? So I will say yes. The essence of this is, depending on the kind of task you have at hand, if you need to fetch latest information, then telling it you need web access would help you include in the prompt to access the internet. Okay, do you have any existing materials? I'll just say no. then to tell you the process. So I'll just say kindly proceed. So basically I'm trying to show you how you can use AI not just for the design, but then also for crafting the content. So I created GPTeer and I did a detailed video on GPTeer. So this is not just for presentation. Any task at all that you want to use AI or ChatGPT for, it can help you craft the prompt, no matter how complex the task is. So this is the video. It is a prompt generator and prompt enhancer. So I'll put the link to this particular tutorial in the description, and probably check the screen, you might see it there. Okay, so now we have our prompt. So you can tell it to execute the prompt though, but then I'll just open a new window, tell ChatGPT to help us create this, create 10. You can see everything has already been generated slide by slide. Here we have it. Now the good thing about using ChatGPT alongside Gamma is Gamma require you use this 3-dash. So to segment or separate slides by slides, you need to use these 3 dashes to segment. So automatically ChatGPT does that for you. So you don't need to add it. You can see all of these lines. It is a 3 dots. So basically we'll just copy this. We have the 10 slides and copy and come to your Gamma and paste. You can see this is the 3-dash that I'm talking about. You can see, so it is used to segment the presentation in Gamma. So depending on where you want to publish, I will just choose presentation and I'll click on continue, and you can see slide 1, slide 2. You can also decide to make some edits. There are some options here. You see text content. Now this is if you want to generate with AI, or if you want to shorten the content that you copied, right? And this one is to preserve the original content. Now use this if ChatGPT has already shortened the content on the slides. If you have already summarized the content that you want to have on the slides, just go ahead to use this. But if you just copy directly from ChatGPT and you still have bulky content, the best option is to choose condense. So this will make it concise and presentable. Another thing here is max text per card. Now I also want it to be brief. If you choose medium, it will still shorten it, but then you still have a lot of content, right? Now images, for this I'll choose automatic. Now format, pay attention here, depending on where you want to do your presentation, right? I'll choose this, and card eye. So fluid, on some slides you might not have many content, so it might be shorter compared to others. Yeah, that's what this fluid is saying. So in some places you could use 16:9, 4:3, but I'll just choose 16:9. That's what I want to use. And card height, I'll use wide. Now if you have additional instruction, you can add it here, but I think we are good. And for every first iteration or generation, it will take 40 credits. You can see 40 credits. I think is irrespective of the number of slides for your first generation. You can see this as well. Type -- for card breaks. So card here is called slides. Okay, so I'll click on continue, and it will ask you to select a theme. Now this is else related. I think I'll select this. Let me see if there is any other option. Use that and just click on generate, and you watch Gamma do its thing. So let's see what happens. You can see it uses the correct layout, uses the most appropriate icons, format it the right way. Everything done by AI or done with AI. Okay, so let's see how this goes. And just like that, we have our slides. Can you see, guys? Is this not amazing and interesting? Okay, so let me show you a couple of things that you can do after generating your slides, right? Now, for example, looking at this, the text is kind of too much, so I'll just reduce this to H3, or let's say H2. Now, let's type our card, right? So just click on this, and you can decide to move the accent image. So this particular image is referred to as accent image. It is different from the image element, which I will talk about. So you can decide to remove the accent image. You can place it here. You can have it on this side or have it as the background. So it depends on you, but I'll just leave it this way. Now another thing is, let's say you want to change the focus. So click on change focus point and you can move it. Okay, let me move it a little. You can see it's changed, and that is it. Okay, now you can just make some changes. This one, I'll remove the time it was edited, right? And basically that is it. You can see you can make some changes, edit it easily. Okay, let me do something now. All right, so where we have this area AI powered companionships. So let's say I want to change the image. So I'll click on this and edit accent image. Now you can decide to use AI to generate another image, or there are different media sources. You can also use web image search. So you can search for images online. So I think I'll prefer this, even though you now see it in full scale. But then you get my point. I'm just trying to show you what you can do. Okay, so let's revert back to the previous one. And okay, so let me show you another thing. Let's say you want to let's add a new slide, and we'll just select this. Now you can also decide to add memes. Select this and click on edit. Now aside images, you can also use GIFs, animated images. Now this will make your presentation even more fun. Now what I'm about to do might not relate with what the presentation or pitch deck is all about. This is just me showing you what you can do with this tool. You can see. And what I also love is the media are lightweight, which means you can easily present and use this on your browser, using your smartphone and all of that. You can as well embed media files. So let's do that. Okay, so you can see video or audio URL. So I think you can add even from TikTok, YouTube. So let's say I want to add from YouTube. You know, you might want to present something and also use some external media, right? But then you don't want to leave your presentation. So this is an option for you, right? You can see it's got the video, the text, description, everything. And now I can decide to just play this media file inside of my presentation, right? That is another thing you can do here. Another thing you can do is you can add a new slide or a new card using AI. So I would click on add card with AI, but I actually don't know what to add. So let me come back to the pitch deck GPT generated. So I will say, okay, now we have strategic partnerships. So let's assume this is what I want to add. I'll just copy it, just paste and let it do its thing. You can see now I would accept this, but I want to show you something. Now let's go into editing your slides with AI. So not just generation, you can edit. So I would say make this visually appealing. So let's see what it will do. Okay, now it is adding icons just to make it more appealing. Another thing I would say is this, shorten the text. You can see it's just making the update. I'm not doing anything. It is the AI that is making all of these edits by itself. There are so many things you can do. Okay, so let me do something else which is more fun. I will say provide me data that I can use to support my pitch. Okay, cool. All right, now I would copy this and so let's add a new card with AI, and I'll tell it create a bar chart of this or for this. Either one works. And there you have it. It's just translated this data into a bar chart. Is that not cool? And I can go on and on. Now if you want to manually do stuff here, so you can decide to add different elements. You can see embed apps and web pages. You can even embed a website, like a web page, on your presentation. It is that crazy. You can see chart and diagram, but then forms, you can use forms and even buttons. There is so much you can do with Gamma, but I will not be able to cover everything. So I will urge you, register, just play around with it and see what you can do with it. So let's assume we are done with our presentation. So I can decide to say, okay, I want to share export. You can see export. You can export as PNG, that is image. You can export as PowerPoint and probably edit in your PowerPoint if you are used to using PowerPoint. You can export as PDF. That's another thing you can do. You can also see, you can change the font and all of that. I use Gamma for webinars and online presentations. You can just easily present directly from your browser. Go full screen. And if you do webinars, you want to make your text and your content animated so people can anticipate what is coming next. This way you engage them, you keep them curious of what is happening next, right? Now they have this feature called Spotlight. You can see Spotlight. It will show the current thing you want to show. You can see, move to the next one, move to the next one. People would engage, they would focus and pay attention to what they have on screen. So guys, this is amazing. And another thing I would like to talk about is the fact that it has analytics, because this is just something I just created. But if I share this with someone or with people, maybe with your team members and all of that, you can see some analytics, some metrics of the slide you share with them. So guys, I can go on and on, show you different things, but it will not be enough, right? So play around with this tool, give me feedback, let me know what you think about it. I can't wait for you to share some amazing stuff you are going to do with this. If you want to watch the full video regarding GPTeer that I use for generating the content of the page deck, check the description. And also, if you want to learn how to make money with AI, I would advise you also go watch this particular video right now. So that will be all for now, and I will see my next video. Bye for now.